It's done. One and done.
What's your name?
Mike.
Elaine. Rami.
Sid. Roland.
Cool. We're done.
Alright, got to know everybody. My name is Jacob Curry. I'm going to give you guys a short, informative speech on basically the step-by-step process that one would have to take to actually join the military. So I'm speaking a little bit from experience here, but also as well from research, because as I just got in the military actually about a year ago now. It's got on a year. So I was in here for 4 years. I was in the Marine Corps for 4 years, and prior to that, I had a whole bunch of stuff I had to do as far as research goes, as far as actually making sure I make my transition from the civilian world into the military effectively. So basically with that, I kind of picked up a lot of tips and tricks along the way, and then during my time in the service, through personal experience, I also saw a lot of guys who didn't do it right, did it the wrong way, and ended up getting just, really bad experience because of that. So basically, you need to know what you want out of it. So basically, there's 3 main steps when we cover. The first step is, obviously, when you start making a decision, you think, hey, I might want to join the military. You're going to make sure before you do anything else, you actually understand what you're doing. You need to further look into it and actually understand the severity of the decision you have to make. Because I feel like a lot of people make it kind of on a whim. That's one of the main things I've seen give negative experiences to new recruits and people coming into any service is that they don't think enough beforehand. They make a spur of the moment decision. I don't want to be in college. I want to leave. So they just go. So the first thing you got to do is you got to start using actually research. So Marines.gov is a good site, aid.gov site that you can use online. The Army's got one, the Navy's got one, the Coast Guard's got one. You can go on there and they show you step by step. They give you an entire list of MOSs, different military occupational specialties, and jobs you can do within that service. How long you need to be there, what the actual requirements are, physical requirements, etc. for male and female. So with that, you can actually look through and you get a clear idea of what you actually have at your disposal, what kind of options you have to take advantage of when you actually get in. So with that being said, once you get a feel for that, you're going to want to find some personal resources as well. If there's any way you can talk to somebody, the one thing I will caveat here is you do not talk to a recruiter at this stage at any point in time. You will not talk to a recruiter because they will tell you lies no matter what. So what you do is you want to find a personal reference, maybe a friend, a family member, someone who's been in the service that you know and familiar with, and ask them what their experience is. Because it's really tough online. One thing you can't find with online resources is you can't find experience. You can't find what the day-to-day life is like. They'll tell you what jobs you can do, what pay you'll get, etc. But they're not going to tell you what it's like living in the barracks, what's the deployment really feel like. And that's the meat and potatoes of what your life is going to be. So you need to know that before you actually make this decision, or you can go further into the interview. So with all that being the first step, actually getting your feet wet, understanding the basics of what you're getting into before you even move forward. And then at that point, you can go ahead and actually start getting real research. Like I said, Marines.gov, Army.gov, Navy.gov, all those sites are fantastic resources to go look at. So with that, you want to look on there and try to figure out exactly what job you want. So this is a pretty actual serious thing because different branches will station you in separate places. So if you have a geographical area you want to avoid or one you want to be close to, especially if you have a family before you go in, speak with them and obviously try to figure out where you're going to be at. There's no guarantee you'll be stationed where you want, but there is certain services stationed in certain areas. For instance, the Marine Corps is really heavy in the East Coast in North Carolina. There's actually a lot in North Carolina for the Army as well. But branches like the Navy, for instance, has a lot of different places. Virginia, South Carolina, a lot of separate hubs you can actually go to. So you need to consider that before you actually come through. So with that, the actual geographic location is huge. But another enormous thing that we won't think about enough is deployments. So obviously, if you're at deployable MOS, especially a combat MOS, you need to actually think about that. Because it might be peacetime at the time. And actually, when I got in, it was right at the end of Afghanistan deployment. So a lot of guys were comfortable with joining the infantry. So when I was actually in the infantry as well, that they actually were comfortable joining the infantry because they thought pretty assured that they wouldn't be sent anywhere, which is not a safe assumption to make. If you join the military and you want a combat arms MOS, you need to absolutely be ready to actually go and do something like that. So that being said, the deployments are a big deal. Obviously, they're a stress on the family. I mean, for Marine Corps, the average deployment is 8 months long, sometimes 9, and you get extended even further out than that. And the Army's even worse, sometimes up 13 months, depending on where you're being sent to. So with all that being said, you got to understand that being away from your family for a year with very little time to actually contact them is enormous. So you need to actually look into this where your personal resources come in because the recruiter won't tell you that. They won't tell you how hard deployments are. They just need to tell you you need to be ready. So with all that being said, the final step is going to talk to a recruiter. The reason why I say it's the final step, most people think, I'm interested in the military, let's go talk to a recruiter. Those are the guys that have bad experiences because, as insider knowledge, the recruiter, through research, through actual talking to people, recruiters have a really, really strict quota they meet every month. They get X number of these people, X number of these people, X number of these people. And if they don't get those, they get negative counselings over and over and over again until their career is actually in jeopardy based on them missing quotas. And the quotas are insane. So they will grab you and they'll tell you whatever you need to hear. I mean, I've seen actual research on it. I've seen people, I've talked to people that have had it happen to them. I had it happen to me personally. It's ridiculous. So if you go and talk to a recruiter, you need to tell them exactly what you want. You need the actual number you want, the actual job you want, where you want to go, and you tell them, I'm not joining, I'm not signing anything until you give me this exact thing. Because if you walk in there, they'll tell you whatever you want to hear. That way they can actually get you in and actually fit their quotas. So with that, once you've done that, the recruiting station, after you've completed all these steps and you've gotten what you want out of it, not what the recruiter wants out of it, then at that point, you can actually use the resources available to you at the recruiting office as far as their training and preparation, and all through that, getting your head right and trying to get yourself into that actual mindset of going to boot camp. Just know there's a little bit of time before you go, but you got to make that time the most of it, because people don't realize coming to boot camp is going to be a culture shock. Like I said through the entire thing, coming to civilian to a military lifestyle, regardless of the branch, regardless of the job, it's a shock, and you got to be ready for it. But basically, that's pretty much all I have on that. So, like I said, I've been Jacob Curry. Thank you guys for listening. Good afternoon.